Trojan Sports Now.
After a tough loss on Thursday night, the Trojan football team will have a little time off to prepare for their next opponent. While having a Thursday night game does create a short week, there is just the opposite following the game. The Trojans will have a few extra days to prepare for their next opponent, and head coach Larry Blakeney says they'll be using that time to clean up for a rematch against Mississippi State.
If we go to Mississippi State and or Duke and we play a game where we don't turn it over and we do the things we can do offensively and we take care of business and stop them some on defense and we don't foul up the kicking game, we got a chance to beat either one of them. But if we go and create bad situations for ourselves in all three phases, and we're not going to be able to beat anybody.
The soccer team wraps up their road swing on Friday as they take on Jacksonville State at 7. Troy is looking to end its two-game skid as they face the Gamecocks, who are 2-2-1 on the year. However, Troy has won the last 3 in the series, with the last game coming in 2011. Sunday at 1, Troy returns to the friendly confines of the Troy Soccer Complex as they take on Murray State, who is unbeaten on the season. Troy fell to the Racers last season 1-0. And here's head coach Chris Bentley with his thoughts on the matchup.
Jacksonville State and Murray State, we've got Murray State at home on the Sunday, Jacksonville State away on the Friday. They're two comparable teams, the teams we could potentially face in conference. On a given day, they're as competitive as some of the best ones in our conference. So we've got to be ready. We can't take them lightly. I fully expect we can win those games. I think that if we hold the standard that we've learned from this past weekend and we've shown now an improvement, I think we'll be fine. But it is going to be about putting the full team effort out, and I think they're perfect for us, as we've always said, with non-conference being preseason, to prepare for conference. They're perfect for us gearing forward.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since the cross-country opener on Troy's campus, but this weekend the team will be back in action. After having a down week as far as the volume of training is concerned, the team has been hitting it hard again this week, training for their next competition. At the Trojan Invitational, the freshmen had the opportunity to learn about racing at the collegiate level and knock out some of the butterflies and jitters associated with the transition from high school to college. But coming off an extra week of preparation, head coach Jeff Jenkins says his team will be ready on Saturday.
Everybody's really excited. With 2 weeks off, it kind of refreshes you and it gets you all pumped up for another race. Now, right after that, we'll go right back to Georgia State, and so there's not really any time off, no time to think about it. You just got to go. It's just like a football game every Saturday. But with the off week, it gives them a little more focused. And as far as what to expect, I think that we'll see. I expect to see our runners perform much better over the distance and with the training that we've had and with their experience that they got from that first race.
The men's and women's teams will be competing this weekend at the Azalea City Classic in Mobile and will be facing some of the same competition from their first meet, including some Sunbelt opponents.
We have heard Coach Sonny Kirkpatrick talk about challenging his team with a tougher schedule this year, and that continues this weekend as Troy heads to Atlanta for the Georgia Tech Courtyard Classic. Troy will play once on Friday, followed by a doubleheader on Saturday. In the opener, Troy faces UConn at 3:30. The Huskies enter with an identical record as the Trojans at 3-4. Then Saturday, Troy begins at 9 o'clock, taking on the host Yellow Jackets. Georgia Tech enters at 3-3, and while the final opponent, St. John's, is 5-3. Troy has never faced UConn or Georgia Tech, but did beat the Red Storm back in 2009. Coach Kirkpatrick is hoping his team can put things together this weekend.
We scheduled up really for the first time. We play UConn, St. John's, and Georgia Tech this weekend. They're going to be 3 really good teams, and we need to make sure that our level of play is good enough for us to win.
And now it's time to take a look at the Trojans in the pros. DeMarcus Ware and the Cowboys beat the New York Giants Sunday night at Cowboys Stadium. Ware was held without a tackle, but did have an interception in the game.
OCU Manura is now with the Falcons, and he recorded 1 tackle with his new team, but it wasn't enough as the Falcons fell to the Saints.
Leonis McKelvin had 6 tackles and defended 4 passes as Buffalo lost a close one to New England.
Mario Addison had 2 tackles, but the Panthers fell to the Seahawks 12-7.
Steve McClendon had 6 total tackles, but the Steelers' offense was the problem in a 16-9 loss to the Titans.
And Brendan Trawick and the Ravens suffered an opening day loss against the Broncos. Trawick did have 1 tackle in the game.
Well, that's all the time we have for Trojan Sports Now. You can watch us online on the Troy University YouTube page for anything you missed.
For Jonathan Sellers, I'm Danielle Percival. Thanks for watching, and as always,
go Trojans.
Trojan Sports Now.